Hitman Absolution is about a fantasy of being the ultimate assassin. It's about choice, freedom of choice. It's very open gameplay. It's the fantasy of going in and check out a target in many various different ways, in a very rich environment with living, breathing world, with crowd technology, with NPCs. This time around in Hitman Absolution, compared to the other games and Hitman games, we have a lot more personal story. He's on a personal journey. He's actually tasked with killing his former handler, Hakan Abrak, which worked for this agency which gave him the assignments. She was really the only human connections to the human world. He gets his contract because she betrayed the agency, allegedly. And the professional he is, he actually does that. But doing that, Diana has a dying wish about protecting this girl called Victoria, this mysterious girl, from the agency. And this is where actually Agent 47 kind of figures out that she has not betrayed the agency really, and that there's something wrong, and he decides to protect this mysterious girl, Victoria. And from there on, he's actually making the decisions himself, and this is very different from the earlier games, Hitman games, because there the story would progress from assignment to assignment from the agency, but here he actually goes his own way and kind of decides for the next move, and the story progresses like that. This is also where we come a bit closer to Agent 47, get to know a bit more about his personality, and that has been really interesting to explore.
I hate to admit this, I've never played a Hitman game before. Am I going to enjoy a game like this, or do you have to be a fan? And then alternatively, how many callbacks do you have for the real franchise fans in this game?
I think if you haven't played a Hitman game before, this one would be a perfect place to start. We have really done a lot with the different, let's say, difficulties. I mean, we have a lot of fans that enjoy the open gameplay and the challenges in the Hitman games. And so we've emphasized a lot on the different difficulties, so newcomers to the franchise can have a good time with open gameplay and learn to play Hitman and enjoy it. But also for the long-time fans, we have these difficulties where there's more NPCs in the world, more complex paths patrolling, so they will get a lot of challenge as well. So this is it's more approachable Hitman than ever before. That doesn't mean that there's no challenge. It means more that the richness in the choices you have in gameplay and approaches, different approaches, it's more apparent to you. So, for example, with the challenge system, there's always multiple ways of taking out a target. Challenge system you can have maybe for any given target. It could be 12 different ways of doing it. Pushing his thing, or exploding him with remote explosives, or pushing him off the cliff or something, or accidental kills. So there's multiple different ways of doing it. So you can see that in the challenges. So that gives a lot of replayability value. But you can also, beyond that, find new ways of doing that. Actually, when I play, or our QA department plays, they always find new ways of doing it that the dev team has not thought about. That's pretty cool.
I think I read that you guys have 5 different difficulty modes. Can you sort of just really quickly sort of summarize the differences between them?
Right. Well, we have an easy mode, and that's for newcomers or people that enjoy story more than action or game mechanics in any way. Then we have the normal difficulty, which is where you have the instinct features, the communication. We have points of interest, so you can in levels, so you can kind of figure out where to go, what to do. The more difficult levels, like the hard, expert, and purist, they have, as I said before, added NPCs. So we not only give you, not only treat the hit points or how hard they hit, but we actually put more NPCs in the world. So you have to, solve the puzzles in a different way on the harder difficulties. And the last one I will say about the last one is the purest one. This is absolutely for the hardcore out there. It means that you don't have much GUI on the screen. It's purest, so you have to literally count your bullets, how many bullets you have and stuff like that.
Talk to me about contracts mode. I heard a lot about that. How does that work?
So contracts mode, we our longtime fans have had a long tradition of playing our games, even long time after they've been released. They enjoy to, because of the open gameplay, to complete the games and take out the targets in various different ways, and they like to show off or brag about it, and so have a lot of YouTube videos showing how they did that in various creative ways. So we thought we wanted to give that opportunity to the player to do that within the game. That's what we did with contracts in Absolution. This is where the players playing the story mode, the different levels in story mode, they can actually revisit that in contracts, so they can play to create their own targets. Imagine that the target is not only set by us in any given level, but it's actually up to the player to choose whoever from the NPCs to mark them as targets. And that really creates a lot of interesting ways of doing it. You don't need any editor to do that. You just play the game to create. You have more tools to create and set up targets. The contracts you create, you can save them on a server and you can send them to your friends and challenge them. And there's a economy link to it as well, so they can try to beat you, and if they do, they can maybe put more conditions to it and send it back, like I did it in the suit only, or I did it with this weapon, can you beat that? And also, you can unlock a lot of techniques to improve Agent 47 skills. You can unlock weapons, you can unlock disguises, so in story mode, if you have played a level in a suit or in some specific disguise, you can actually revisit that with a chipmunk's disguise with a shotgun, and this really creates a lot of exciting possibilities and combinations that you will really enjoy.
Remind me, when's it out, and what consoles and all that stuff?
It's out November the 20th. It's out on PC, on PlayStation 3,